Welcome to Without Bias.
Apia, the go-to insurance for retirees. Call 135050. Get set, go. Local legends want it. A bowls green is just up the road. Search Bowls Club near me.
Yes, indeed. A very good evening and welcome to Without Bias, our dedicated lawn bowls show where we delve into the wonderful world of lawn bowls. Part of the sporting capital on SEN. We do it all for Apia, proudly supporting Bowls Australia. And don't forget, local legends are wanted. Search Bowls Clubs near me. Great show to come your way tonight. A little later on, we will have a chat to one of the rising stars of the lawn bowls world, Kate Argent-Bowden, who is an emerging Jackaroo, was a bronze medalist in the women's singles at the recent Oz Champs. We'll have a chat to her very soon. Some good results coming through for the Jackaroos at the multi-nations, and so to our para-sport Jackaroos, and of course the Commonwealth Games camp happening over in the UK as well. So plenty happening in the world of lawn bowls. We spoke a little bit last week about the Oz Championships, and it's great to have our very first guest up, first cab off the rank. He got gold along with his lovely fiancée Kelly in the mixed pairs at Victoria at Broadbeach in the Australian Champs a fortnight ago. It's a pleasure to have Ali Forsyth with us to open things up on Without Bias. Ali, hello, mate.
G'day, buddy. How you going?
Really well. Congrats. What a special moment that must have been, not just for you as a bowler, but to be doing it with a fiancée. That could only have been one of the, I suppose, career and life highlights.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, one of those things which is really great about our sport. You know, the ability to play with, family members and partners and so on. So, yeah, really special day and one that is very, very close to the top of the tree for my results over the time on the green.
Do you fall into the camp that being able to do that with your better half only makes your relationship better, or does it? Or do you find it a little bit difficult given, because you might be a different person when you're bowling than you are in just your day-to-day life? How does that dynamic work, and does it make things better? Does it make things more difficult? What's the experience?
I'm not sure it makes it better. I think we certainly try and manage how much we play together, just so that there's not too much grief getting sent one way or the other. But
yep.
Look, we certainly get on well on the green. We read the game pretty similar, and because we don't play together a whole lot, it's sort of we do enjoy the opportunity when we do. It's one of those things. I can see how some people do probably shy away from it, but no, we enjoy it. And look, it's only once or twice a year that we actually we tend to not play in the same rink when it comes to penning and things like that. So. It's not really a problem. I just do what I was told.
Given that you're the two people that know each other better than anyone in the world, Ali, I'd imagine in terms of being able to communicate quickly, clearly, that would be a benefit when it is the person who knows your little peccadillos and idiosyncrasies and can read you better than anyone else can. I'd imagine that's where the advantage can lie, playing together.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, as I said, we know each other's games really well, but also, like if one of us is struggling, the other one generally knows what to say to try and just help, pep the other one up and just try and get us back on track, sort of thing. So, yeah, I think it's absolutely a big advantage.
On the day itself, torrential rain for portions of it. How did you guys adapt to those changing conditions that were presenting at Broadbeach?
Yeah, well, we hit the jackpot there because we actually had a bye in the morning round where it actually did all of the rain. So when we arrived at 11 o'clock, poor old Queensland playing Queensland playing WA were both drenched, and we come along and just swept up the pieces because it never rained at all in the afternoon or evening. So, yeah, we dodged a good bullet there.
What does it mean to both of you, a national championship, a gold medal? What does it mean to both of you?
Oh, look, I mean, it's a massive result. Look, you put a lot of time and effort, throughout the season, to work towards these things. At the end of the day, you want to be playing in big games that, are potentially winning national or international titles. So, you wouldn't enter the event if you weren't, having aspirations of walking away with a national title. But for me, being in New Zealand or Australia, that they're all really special because they're so bloody hard to win. And the fact that you get to do it with your partner, it makes it even more special.
Ali Forsyth, our first up guest on tonight's edition of Without Bias, Local Legends Wanted, search bowls clubs near me, and proudly brought to you by APIA, proudly supporting Bowls Australia. Busy year for you, Ali. You've returned on the green, you've returned to the BPL with the Melbourne Extreme. How did you find the event in Moama? And there's one coming up at the end of the month as well, so it's all happening from a BPL point of view. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, fantastic to get back involved. Very, very appreciative of the phone call that I got from Lloyd Acarino at Sunbury, and they're absolutely great club with great aspirations. So yeah, certainly jumped at the opportunity to get back involved. It's probably been 4 or 5 years since I played in the EPL, and I'd probably forgotten how much it sort of took out of you. They're big days, and it's a big week, but it's a really, really enjoyable format. One that does suit my style of play. It's a really attacking, aggressive format that is when you've got to play well in that sort of environment, because it's just every team's a quality team, and the format is a little bit brutal because it's so short. So you've got to keep going and really attacking and striking while the iron's hot, sort of thing, because the worm can turn really quickly. And we really had some tough times there with tiebreakers. But that didn't take away from the fact that we thought that we played pretty well for the most part, and we learnt a lot about new combinations. It'd been nearly 10 years since I'd played with Maddie, and I hadn't played with Carla at all. So we certainly learned a lot. I certainly think Kelvin, learned a lot as our coach, and I think we'll be far better for it when we go up to Pine Rivers at the end of the month.
It was a pretty difficult campaign, but obviously you're a close-knit unit. The club's Sunbury fraternity were loud and proud when you're in Moama. You must have loved seeing just how strongly the club Sunbury team got behind the Melbourne Extreme outfit.
Yeah, very much so. Loved playing in front of a supportive crew. They've certainly made me, and I'm sure Maddie and Carla Vincent, extremely welcome. And yeah, look, yes, it was tough, but we look back on a few stats, and I think we won as many ends as any other side. So I think we just need to tinker a few things and work out we potentially just need to win the ends closer to the end of the set, and obviously a few more power plays, and I think we'll be really hard to beat.
So you've got the next BPL coming up at Pine Rivers at the end of the month. Obviously, You'd be really looking forward to it. What do you take out of Moama that you then bring in to Pine Rivers, looking to take another step forward in what is just an incredibly exciting format, and one that has been truly embraced in the bowls community and brought a whole lot of new eyes and new people to the sport?
Oh, I think look, what we take away from it is it was just the small little things that were probably making the difference between a win and a loss. So I think trusting that for a large part what we did was okay, and just improving those little 1 and 2 percenters. As I said, like the combination side of things, we've probably got a far better idea on how we want to run our program for Pine Rivers. So yeah, I think with also the fact that everyone would have a few more bowls under their belt will be really dangerous.
Ali, are you a bowls obsessed person? Are you on the Bowls Australia website as often as you can be? You're reading the results going on at the moment at the multinationals. Are you keeping up to speed on how the Jackaroos, a lot of those guys well, and how they're going in camp, getting prepared for Birmingham? How much is it a live and breathe thing for you?
Oh, look, not at the moment. Because my role at Clayton is nearly a full-time role. Certainly through the bowl season down here, it's sort of it's really engrossing, and it takes up so much of your time mentally and physically that when you get to a part of an off season, it's really nice to have a bit of a break. So I try not to get too obsessed with what's happening, certainly with external things that really I have no control of, or I won't say no interest, because there is an interest there. Certainly I've seen a few photos and a few video clips of how the green's running, and that's probably about as much as my focus has sort of been taken. I don't get too much on the old Facebook or any of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I sort of just try and steer clear for the most part.
And what about from your country of origin, mate? You've represented New Zealand with pride on many an occasion. You've You've won a World Singles Champion of Champions in 2004. You've been to outdoor championships with New Zealand. You've had gold medals there. You've gone to Asia Pacific Bowls Championships. You've got gold medals there with New Zealand. Do you still have the itch that you need to scratch from an international competition perspective?
Yeah, very much so. Look, the Commonwealth Games is probably the one major glaring emptiness out of my CV. So that's certainly one that I'm keen to rectify. And we had our last trial for the Commonwealth Games back at the end of February, early March. So we're just sort of waiting for the team to get officially announced. Which should be in the next week or two. So yeah, nervous but exciting times ahead. Hopefully that I can poke my nose back into that side and, get over to Birmingham and give it death.
Well, they'd be mad not to have you, Ali. They might as well write off any medal chance right now if they don't include you in that squad. We've got our fingers and toes crossed for you, mate, and all you can do is perform as well as possible, and getting that national championship is just a great step in that direction to make sure that those selectors are taking notice. Always great to chat to you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much, and all the very best.
National champion Ali Forsyth. Just Google the name and you'll see all that he has accomplished in the world of lawn bowls. Incredibly impressive, and to get that title with your fiancée is pretty special as well. He and Kelly doing it in brilliant style at Broadbeach a couple of weeks ago in the Oz Championships. This is Without Bias. Local legends wanted. Search bowls clubs near me, and for APIA, proudly supporting Bowls Australia. We're going to have a chat to Emerging Jackaroo on the other side of this. Kate Argent-Bowden, women's singles bronze medal at the Oz Championships as well. We'll do that for the right care, right at home after this on Without Bias.
This is Without Bias.
APIA, the go-to insurance for retirees. Call 13 50 50. Get set, go. Local legends wanted. A bowls green is just up the road. Search Bowls Club near me.
Time for our weekly Jackaroos chat. It's all thanks to Right at Home, the official naming rights partner of the Australian Jackaroos. This week, we're absolutely rapt to be speaking to Emerging Jackaroo, bronze medalist in the women's singles at the Oz Champs a couple of weeks ago. Kate Argent-Bowden has been good enough to jump on the line. Kate, hello to you.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Hey, congratulations on the bronze medal at the Oz Champs in the singles a couple of weeks back, 17 years of age. That's an incredibly impressive achievement. How's it sitting with you a couple of weeks on?
Yeah, no, it's really awesome to think about. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a lot of free time on my hands, so I haven't even fully been able to process how really good it is, I guess. But no, it's just an awesome feeling, and I was really happy with, obviously, the achievement. What
stands out to you a couple of weeks after that you're holding on to? What about it meant the most to you?
I think it was more so just the fact that after my first game, I could definitely just bounce back and keep myself alive for medal contention. I think that was something I was really happy with. And regardless of getting a medal or not, I was obviously happy to be up there playing against some really high level players. But yeah, I think just keeping myself in medal contention was one of the best things for me.
It's been a pretty unbelievable 12 months for you, Kate. South Australian titles, the Under-18 Australian Open title, and also being awarded the Under-18 Female Bowler of the Year at Bowls Australia's award night. Do you have to pinch yourself, given all you've achieved so far in the early stages of your bowls career?
Certainly I do. Sometimes it all just sort of melds into one. I don't even realise how many things that have really been going on because it's just all hectic. But no, I'm very grateful to be, I guess, given the opportunities that I've been given, and also very grateful for all the different awards and recognition and things that I've got as well. It's really cool.
You had a pretty tough first up match against Bolivia Millerick, and you were able to rebound after that. As you mentioned earlier, you were taking on fellow Jackaroos, Christina and Sarah, that's Christic and James. You storm into that bronze medal contention. What's the process that goes into getting over that hurdle, that first round loss, and putting that behind you and doing what you need to do to get a podium finish?
I think for me, it's just obviously I didn't play terribly, but I wasn't overly happy with how I played. But I sort of felt as though there wasn't really much I could do once it was done. So I just needed to sort of pick my head up and I guess sort of try and forget about it and move on from it and just try and play the best that I could after that first round and try and get back on my feet more so.
You're known for being a pretty relaxed customer on the green, cool, calm, collective. What goes into that? Is that just your natural personality, or do you work hard at keeping a pretty even keel on the green?
I think in general I'm a reasonably relaxed person, but definitely like at high pressure times in the during a game or something, I certainly do feel it. I probably don't show it as much as what I feel, but I just try and stay really relaxed and, I don't know, keep like a really down-to-earth vibe, because otherwise I'll get in my own head and not play that well.
We're speaking to Kate Argent-Bowden on Without Bias. She's an emerging Jackaroo. Speaking of the emerging Jackaroos, Kate, what are some of the important lessons you've learnt, and what's the emerging Jackaroo program done for you?
I think for me, it just sort of taught me a lot about what it takes to really be at that high level playing field, and what it takes to sort of be in that Jackaroo squad. And obviously you meet a lot of really amazing people and really amazing bowlers, and it's just sort of, I don't know, just being like surrounded by people that are in the Jackaroo squad or in the emerging Jackaroo squad and the pathways as well. It's good to sort of be surrounded by people that are sharing similar, I guess, interests as what you are, obviously trying to make it to that Jackaroo squad.
Hey, tell us a bit about the Anguston Bowling Club in South Australia. They seem to be a pretty pivotal part of your life. What can you tell us about that particular place and that particular club and what it means to you?
The people there mean such a great deal to me. I have absolutely grown up there since I was a kid. So pretty much everyone there is like a second family member to me. And we all just get along super, super well. We have so many good laughs, which is something that I really love to do. I love having a laugh with friends. So they're always really supportive and just help put a smile on my face, which I really love.
Are they how wholeheartedly do they embrace your success on the national stage?
Oh, they get around me a lot. We have a chat that we all get on, and someone will like share that I'm on a live stream or something, and everyone will get around me, which is super nice. And I just appreciate all the support that I get from there, because if it wasn't for most of the people there, I probably still wouldn't even be playing bowls.
You're in year 12 at the moment, Kate. You work. You've got priorities that you're constantly juggling and jostling. How do you manage it all?
Oh, I struggle most of the time. But, I'm literally at school right now. I'm in one of my study classes that I've just left. But no, I think I'm balancing it out a bit better this year because I'm not playing netball. I'm still playing a bit of footy. Work is starting to die down, thankfully, after Mother's Day and Easter and all of that. But yeah, year 12 has certainly been a bit of a battle with everything that I'm doing so far. But I'm pushing through, and once I get through this year, I'm sure I will be fine.
So what about long-term goals in lawn bowls, Kate? I mean, you know that at the moment the senior Jackaroos are all either competing in multi-nations or at the Com Games camp over in the UK. Is that where you want your bowls to take you? Are you looking to achieve as much as is humanly possible? Is it Com Games? Where's the ceiling for you?
I definitely think Com Games would be like top tier inspiration, or where I would love to get to. Obviously, I'll just be taking things, I guess, year by year, month by month, or whatever. But yeah, that's certainly like I would say the biggest goal and like aspirations is to get to the Com Games.
How did you get into lawn bowls? So one of the things that's fascinating to me, and people are always fascinated to hear, is that the average age of the Australian cricket team is actually older than the Australian Jackaroo squad. So people are getting into bowls younger and younger. How did you get into lawn bowls?
So my mum and dad and both my grandparents, they all play at Anguston, and pretty much every Saturday I was just down the club as like a toddler, just running around, climbing trees and whatnot. And then when I got a bit older, I ended up going to friends' house all the time. And then I was like, look, maybe I'll just give this a go instead of bothering my friends. And now I never stopped, and now we're here.
I love it. Hey, it's been great to chat to you, Kate. I'm going to finish up every chat that we do with our Jackaroos interviews. Thanks at Right at Home, the official naming rights partner of the Australian Jackaroos, the Right Care Right at Home. I'm just going to ask you a very simple question to finish up with. If you've got your choice, is it forehand or backhand?
Backhand.
There we go. Backhand. Hey, thanks so much for being with us. Good luck with everything that's to come. You've achieved so much already in the early stages of your career, and the sky's the limit for what happens now. So all the best with it. Good luck with year 12, and we'll speak to you again soon.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all ours. Kate Argent-Bowden, Emerging Jackaroo and bronze medalist in women's singles at the Australian Champs a couple of weeks ago. That's a name to write down and keep an eye on. Big things to come. Hey, that's pretty much it from us on Without Bias. Your local legends wanted. A Bowls Green is just up the road. Search bowls clubs near me, and we do it all for Apia, the go-to insurance for retirees. Call 135050. Get set, go. Another week in the books. Before we finish up, let's just get some of the results. As I mentioned earlier, multinationals are happening at the moment. The Right at Home Australian Jackaroos and the Parasport Jackaroos capped off a solid multi-nation series. Strong performance on the final day of play on Sunday. Congratulations to Wayne Rudiger, who brought up his 200th appearance for the Jackaroos in the second session. The Aussie sides began to take an ascendancy there. Aussies lost just 6 of 18 matches after the first session, steadily becoming more confident on the slow greens. That's going to be a big part of success, and that's why they're over there at the moment, to get used to those slower greens before the Com Games next year. Aaron Wilson, Corey Wedlock didn't miss a beat in the singles, both players winning their 2 matches, and the Australian Gold's men's fours side, skippered by Aaron Tees, also went 2 from 2, while just one of the 4 women's triples matches was dropped. So fantastic results to all the players competing for the Jackaroos, and well done to all them, and we'll keep you up to speed on everything that's happening from a national point of view each and every week on Without Bias, our dedicated lawn bowl show, part of the Sporting Capital on SEN. We'll see you all again next week.